Live on. Live on. Flame on. Live on. Question mark. Live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. For real this time. Let me open up my references. All right, here we go. What are we doing today? I was thinking an easy one would be doing, we could either do the shoulder holster, which is actually not an easy one. That's a lie. That's going to be fucking, like, difficult. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, you just model the shoulder holster. No, fucker. You got to model it in such a way where the geometry will, as much as possible, not clip the dress shirt. And you know how difficult that is? We have to basically just, well, we could paint it on, but that's psychotic, so we need a little bit of geometry. We would probably export the shirt, take the shirt, do the same thing that we did with the vest, grow it a little bit, and then we just cut it out using the same geometry. It's crazy, but it works because it keeps the exact same weight painting information. It keeps the exact same weight painting information. Or alternatively, we do the Max Payne style one where it's like the shirt is unbuttoned, a little bit loose. The little thing I'm worried about that is getting the what am I thinking? I'm trying to think here. Getting the skin, because we actually, I think I destroyed how the skin modifies. You can kind of see it a little bit here, I think. That I probably have to fix, honestly. What is that? What is that? Is that ambient occlusion? Oh, it's probably the ambient occlusion. But I do need to change this. In our suit character, we used to have like a skin parameter in here, and I deleted it because I'm an idiot. So, what up, Angelon? How's it going? Yeah, so that skin thing, I'm gonna have to slap it back in.
Shit my pants, I did.
We also have an opacity mask on this stuff now, which is great, but also not, because how do I mask where the skin is? Wait, how do I do the skin? Oh, it's a parameter. Well, shit. I thought it was a custom primitive data. That would have made this a lot easier. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe we can just slap the head. No, that wouldn't work. Okay, we're going to have to figure out the skin problem for this one. Don't know how we're going to figure it out, but we'll have to figure it out. AFK, thank you for the prime. Thank you. Appreciate that. How are you doing? Yeah, let's do 2 today if we can. Let's try to do the loose Max Payne style, and then I guess what kind of dress pants does he have? They're basically the same. It's just the belt is a little different. So maybe we do a different pair of pants that just doesn't have like a traditional belt. He does have a shoulder holster. He's got a shoulder holster. Ah, shit. Does that mean I'm going to have to model the shoulder holster anyways for this mesh? I guess we're doing a double whammy. We're getting this one done and we're getting this one done. I suppose we're doing 2 at once. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. I just don't really know if we'd ever see this in this mesh. We'd ever see the holster. No Borat Mankini. Oh God, no, we wouldn't put that in the game. Are you kidding me? One of the things on my list was making a dress kind of like this style, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Just because one problem is we'd have to make one of the pants options essentially just be like not underwear, but like that under kind of dress wear that you would put on, and then just high heels. So like some dude's probably gonna wear like a fucking upper body thing, and then he's gonna go that option. He's gonna be like, you know what? And you know what? That you can do that. I'm not gonna stop anybody from. If we put that in the game, I won't stop anybody from doing that. You can do whatever the fuck you want. That's the whole point of character customization. But I have no clue if we'll put in a dress. Would be cool, and it probably wouldn't be that complex of a mesh to make either, to be honest. All right. So one challenge. The suit is an easy fucking one to do. And then we'll have to do the dress shirt. We'll do that. The dress shirt will be an interesting one. Having it loose. This is nowhere looking like game dev stream. Yo, man. What does that mean? This is like not looking like a game dev stream? Who said this was a game dev stream? Who said this was a game dev stream? This is therapy. And we're beginning the session now. How are you feeling? There's a funny slang when you were just watching some chick images. Oh, it's references, man. It's just reference. Hey, don't put me in a bad limelight just because I'm looking at references, okay? This is from... I actually don't know. I think this is fan art, I'm pretty sure. Actually, is that fan art? This, I don't think, is from Ballerina. So this is from Ballerina. I actually really like... So this is when she takes off, like, the coat. I actually kind of really like that coat. It's, like, really furry on the top and shit. It looks kind of sick. That could be kind of cool. That could be a cool option. Anyways. Listen, man, you talked about the female, but you're not talking about Big Dog Punisher over here? Man. Look at that big, burly man. Jace. All right. Well, no better time to get started than now. Let me open up Blender real quick. Let me see. Which suit do we want to use? Do we want to use the default suit, or do we want to use... I think we want to use the default suit. Maybe not, actually. Maybe it's a better idea that we use the new one, because the new one just has a better shape and everything. Let's just use the new one. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So let's do 3-piece suit. Vest we don't need. Suit we're gonna need this bad boy. Do we need the tie? Actually, let's just save this as a different file. This is gonna be 3-piece suit. This will be Max Loose Suit. Max Loose Suit. Yes, the Max Loose Suit. This we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to re-import the other shirt back in because I deleted all of the mesh. You know, I'm not remaking the shirt. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I might just delete this right now. Keep the hands in, just because why not? Yeah. You know, Bovar. Let's see here. Does he have a bullet hole in his suit? Anybody seeing this? Am I going crazy? You don't see his arm though. So what is that? It's just a hole. This man's got a hole in his suit. Okay, so I need to go here. I need to take the suit or the dress shirt, whatever. It's for shooting inside while having the gun. Ah, it's a little peeky hole to stick the barrel through, of course. Oh my goodness gracious me, it fucking brought all of this shit with it too. Dude, why is it that I can't just copy over a fucking... Hold on, you know what? I think if I want to carry over that thing properly, I have to delete this reference. Then I can copy it. Don't save. And then paste. What the fuck? Why is it pasting everything? Okay, hold on. I'm going to import the FBX. The only problem with that is if I import the FBX, does it still have the weight data? I don't know if it still has the weight data. Let's see. Does it still have the weight data? Let's see. Nope. It does not have any of the vertex groups. I guess we'll just redo it. I guess we'll just redo it. It's like not a huge deal. Let's go ahead and delete these other parts that we don't need. We just need the shirt. We also technically don't need these sleeves. Oh, would you look at that? It also removed all of the UV seams that I had. Of course it did. Of course. I'm going to go ahead and delete those because we don't need them. We also don't need the back of the shirt. But I think when I last did this, I just masked it out, which is fine. Like, we can do that. Not a huge deal. I'm gonna mark the seam here. Bit of a weird marked seam, but you know, whatever, fuck it. We do weird things around here, okay? Then let's mark those seams. I'm just preparing for when we have to UV this. So here's the challenge though. We need to bring in our head because we're gonna essentially cut this in half. We're gonna cut it. Why does this look like Spider-Man for some reason? We're gonna have to cut it, and that's gonna be fun. Tracksuit, a Slavic tracksuit. Instead of 3 lines, we do 2. 2 lines. I swear I saw a game that did that. It did like an Adidas kind of meme, but instead of 3 lines, it did like 4 or 2. Okay, so we just need to cut this here. If I remember how to do it. I think this is not mirrored, which is technically good for us. But I think we do want to mirror it. I think me doing that will break the UVs. Maybe we don't want to break the UVs. Yeah, maybe we don't want to break the UVs. So how can I separate this? That way we can do this. If I solo this out and I move it, and then oh no, it doesn't separate it. Let's do this. So let's find out where we're gonna cut it. Probably right here. Is that tall enough? I think that's tall enough. Then we can separate these faces. That separates the other side. But then what we can do is we can select the surrounding faces and then rejoin them. So we'll do merge by distance. Then that way it's separated here, but everywhere else it's back to where it should be. So now we can start doing some chaos. Let's change this to probably smooth. We'll do some beginning changes here. It's not going to be perfect by any means. And then we can start moving some of these verts around. I'm moving this around, smoothing it out a little bit. Move this out a little bit. Fix some triangles that look absolutely awful. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah. What up, Horn? How's it going? Yeah, triangulating this properly is going to be quite important because we're doing some weird changes. Okay, so we got this kind of like idea of a fold. This we'd probably want to curve. So let's do like a little curve kind of thing that we got going on here. Very kind of messy style. And also extremely messy geometry, let me tell you. This is a nightmare, I will admit. Messy equals fast and fast game releases this year. I feel like part of our style is messy as well to an extent. Like this is kind of like the game's style in some way. This side's a little bit longer, so I want to make sure that both of these have like even sizes, you know what I mean? This should be out more. Okay. It feels a little like pinched over here, which I'm not too happy about. I don't know if that's because maybe we don't have a marked sharp there, or maybe this is like kind of fucky, causing a little bit unpinchant then. Hey, thanks for the help, man. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help. Hope you slept well. I've been sleeping in a lot. It's really bad. Not very good. I stayed in bed until like 1. For no reason. I just in bed till 1. Okay, there we go. We cleared the custom split data. I think it would be within our best interest to mark these as sharp, just in case. Also mark them. I don't think we're going to re-UV unwrap it, though. It's just a case of me being careful. Cool. I like it. There's a bit of asymmetry as well, which is kind of sweet. I like the asymmetry. I miss those days. My ass is up at like 5:45 every day now. Dude, you don't miss that. For a moment of time when I went on a trip to Switzerland and then came back, my entire sleep schedule was kind of messed up, but in a good way. I was waking up at like 6 a.m. and I felt good. It felt good to wake up that early, man, because you beat the sun. You get so much done, and then it's like you get so much done, and then you look at the clock and it's like, wait, it's only 12? You know what I mean? I wake up at 1 and then all of a sudden it's 9 p.m. and I'm like, I got nothing done today. It's not a great feeling. You know what I mean? I don't. I look forward to the day that I can somehow get out of this loop of constantly waking up at a horrendous time. All right, so here's the challenge. We need to reintroduce the lower body into this, which we've like, or the actual body, which we've never necessarily done. I'm gonna just go ahead and is mirrored. Is that why? Oh yeah, I couldn't select it for some reason. I'm gonna duplicate this, separate it, hide that, go back here, join that with this. Apply this mirror first. Open up this. And then I'm going to go here. I'm going to go ahead and delete the faces we probably won't need or adjust them. Actually, hold on. Before I join it, I think it might be in my best interest to keep that mirror modifier. So let's go ahead and so we can probably delete all of this, not needed. And also this can probably be moved. And then let's see what that looks like on the mirrored side. Okay, probably might be best that we move that there, but let's just, if anything, maybe we take this collar, move it back into position. I'm seeing why it was specifically at that vert now. But that just sucks because this spot for the collar fucking sucks for the geometry. But I get it. It had a purpose. That vert had purpose. A lot of it. Had a lot of purpose. Where do you get the assets and sounds for your project? Do you make most of it, hire people to do it, buy it at the asset store? Some of it is bought from the asset store. I'm gonna have to follow the normals of this, the head. Some of it I buy from the marketplace. Sound effects I buy from like places like Boom Library. That's a big spot for me in terms of buying assets. Or not assets, but like sound effects and whatnot. Yeah, definitely a very helpful spot to buy some pretty high quality stuff. Cool. I'm liking that. But the collar seems a little. Yeah, let's do something like that. A bit of body separation as well. I think we can make do with that. I also make my own assets, as you can see. Some sound effects, I kind of just combine sound effects that I have from libraries and put them together. Then kind of work with that as well. Yeah. So it's a mix. I make some of my own. I buy a bunch as well and use that. Yoda Gray, how's it going? Okay, so one thing I don't like is the normals on this piece. We want this to almost look like it's a part of the neck, part of the body. I think what we can do let's go ahead and take the combined body and this one. Oh, wait, the combined body is combined with a head, so then on, I don't know why this isn't. Merge then. I'm sure there's a reason why it's not merged, but let's just merge it. So now we have pretty nice normals. And then we can... I don't know why it shows like that. Then what we could do is transfer mesh data. Transfer mesh data. Wait, what does it say? Transfer mesh data to... from active to selected meshes. So what I'd probably want is the normals. Not too happy with that result, I will admit. So let's try. The thing I'm worried about is I guess that's the best result we'll get for what we're doing. But man, there's like a little thing going on there that I really hate. I almost prefer the default normals. Do you usually need to give credit to the assets or sons you bought or got for free? If you get them for free, there's a chance that they might have a specific license for them. And I've used some icons that I need to put in the credits. I actually need to do that before we release this 1.0. Put RPG icon credits. Yeah. But when you buy things, generally you're buying a license for it that doesn't require you to credit them. Okay. It's not like the prettiest normals in the world, but honestly, I'll just fucking stick with it. So, we'll apply the mirror, and then I'll join it. Oh, it was also auto smoothing. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Okay, that doesn't look half bad. We can still kind of see the split, but that doesn't look half bad. I wouldn't have minded if the normals looked a little bit more proper, but you know, whatever. Hey, whatever. What could you do? Try weighted normal. No, weighted normals I think is what we had on it. All right, I think it might have had weighted normals on it, and it was making it not look proper. This is a case of like transferring the data. Oh yeah, the humble bundle is great. There's a few humble bundles that they just fucking just a bunch of stuff, which is nice, and pretty much for cheap. So that's kind of nice. I got a lot of Decagon assets, and I would argue that's probably one of the best high quality assets on the UE marketplace at the very least. Yeah, I don't know if we need weighted normals on the shirt. Like, I don't know what that's going to do to the body. Yeah, it looks all right. Never understood what the vertex group stuff was. Never understood that. Okay, cool. I like the idea of... Is the shirt clipping the pants a little bit? I think it is. don't want that to happen. It would be within our best interest for that not to happen. I was thinking of adding like folds here, making it kind of look like there's folds inside of it, but I don't think we need those kind of details. Fuck it. We don't need those kind of details. I guess this design does not have a tie. Essentially, we do not have a tie for this, nor do we have a vest. Although a vest could be an option. One of the options could be having a vest with it. Like I don't see why not. Discover YouTube channel when I was starting my development journey. So I'm also developing an isometric John Wick-like game, but party game. Hey, if you have screenshots of it, feel free to post it up. Always cool to see what other people are working on. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. We could probably get started on. Let's see here. So this piece is still UV'd, which is good. The back is still there. This front piece, I believe, is not UV'd. Let's go ahead and UV it real quick and we'll place it somewhere. It looks a little bit like underwear. Looks it doesn't it looks kind of weird. Put it up here. Screenshots and recorded gameplay of your interest? Yeah, if it's like a YouTube link or something, that I'm always cool to see what's happening. Okay. So we'll put you here. You're the extra little sleeve. We could probably increase the size of this. Let's try to match it as close as possible. Okay. Luckily, we didn't do too many edits to everything else in here, which is great for us. It's very good for us. Saves me a lot of stress. Because then we can just reuse a bunch of stuff. That being said, this isn't just the loose shirt. We do want the shoulder holster in here. Love Suit for Hire so far. Can't wait for the third person mode. Hey, thank you, Bronze. If you want to try it out and you can provide like early feedback, there's the beta branch. You can actually play the third person mode on the beta. You just have to go to your game and then you hit properties and then you can opt into the beta and then provide like early feedback and how you feel about it and whatnot. I am still looking for any third person feedback and how people feel about it. And if they have any requests for like controls or feedback or whatever. Always interested in game dev stuff. I got a question on UE5, seeing that you do it. What are the challenges with the engine? Why do you think so many people say it's bad optimization? Bad optimization is a user error. But I think people say that because the engine has a lot of new tech and a lot of people are misusing the tech or not configuring the tech. I also think a lot of it is future tech, like future-proof tech that like the hardware, in my opinion, is just not 100% there yet. Additionally, a lot of the settings, if you keep them at default, using Nanite and Lumen at Epic is a 30 FPS target currently. It's targeted for 30 FPS, and that's literally what Epic says. Like that's where it's at right now. They want to reach 60. On high, I think it's 60, and then medium, I think you can go above 60. So it's just being really misused and whatnot. And now that we're in a different world where the standards are above 60, it's not just 60 anymore, then, you know, obviously these problems arise. I would not say it's bad optimization though. That's just whenever a game is badly optimized, that is probably on the dev team or the development team. And chances are it's probably not on the development team. It's probably on the C-suite or management that is not allowing for the team to take the time to optimize it and learn how to optimize it. So you can blame the top of the chart, the top dogs at the very top. I've heard from others that they leave Nanite and Lumen on, not realizing it hurts the performance. Well, it both is good and bad depending on the situation, but it's good to be reminded that Nanite is aimed for a specific FPS target, which is 30 at epic settings. But I believe they're trying to aim for 60. On high settings, it's on 60. So that's something to take into account. But Nanite does allow for a lot of geometry that we previously would not have been able to ever do. So just like any technology, there are pros and cons. So I don't think the bad optimization thing is on Unreal. There are badly optimized Unity games. There are poorly optimized CryEngine games. There are... The fuck is on... What the hell is Star Citizen on now? It's on Lumberyard or is it on CryEngine? I forgot. In the latest update, will accessories mode and torso be available for the 1.0 update? Yes. Yeah. These will all be available. Star Engine. Lumbridge. The Lumbridge engine. Ah, yes. At least in game illusion, thanks a lot for your streams, by the way. Hey, yeah, no worries. And looking forward to seeing what you got, Gray. Yeah, most times it's the C-suite not giving the dev team enough time to get stuff going. So, good job, C-suite, not knowing what the fuck they're doing. All right. So, how am I going to do... I'm trying to think here. How am I going to do the skin? And it's probably going to look really weird because we have this like awful ambient occlusion that's like right along the bottom of the head. And we're probably going to want to fix that. Is that in the base color? It's in the base color. But I thought this didn't have a base color. That bottom. I think it is the AO. It's probably like right here, this bottom fucking edge or whatever. Let me open up Photoshop. Didn't even know Amazon had an engine. Yeah, they I'm pretty sure it was just a fork of CryEngine at one point. But yeah, they tried. I want to say they dropped it, but I don't 100% remember. But yeah. They do. Base character, textures. All right. Character head. So our problem right here is this. In the red channel. Honestly, this should just all be white, but I'll just stick with the color. Because if we have this, the head's going to have a weird line, like a disconnect line that like is not what we want. It's not at all going to be what we want. Okay, let me save that real quick. Oh, I think I overwrote it. Uh-oh. Well, whatever. Well, what's the worst that could happen? And then re-import. Looks a lot better. Let's see if that reflects better on the actual mesh. Yes, much better. Except for the back of the head, but I think we can make do with that. That's fine. Cool. Ooh, New World uses Lumberyard? That would make sense because it's an Amazon game. It is an Amazon game, so would make sense. That would make sense. All right. One thing we do need to do is need to do that. But I'm going to have to figure out the skin issue. And I think instead of me trying to keep the back here to reduce clipping, I think we're just going to delete it. Because we don't really need it. Actually, I'm going to keep it for skinning. We need to take the combined body. From active to selected meshes. So we want the vertex groups. We want nearest face interpolated. And we want all layers by name. Now this should have the vertex groups. Very good. We can apply the armature. And then we can test this to make sure it's working. Looks like we're good. Except for the fact that the shirt kind of does some weird stuff, but that's fine. I guess what I could do is maybe like extrude this down into the body, but I don't think I care enough for that, to be honest. Would I go work at Amazon Games? No. No. No, I would not. I wouldn't work at a lot of AAA companies. I wouldn't. I don't want to. I feel like I'd have more job security working on my own games than working at a AAA studio. And that says a lot. I think that says a lot. I would much rather do my own things than, yeah. I think all of the UVs are good. Last I checked. The number one thing I'd like to do here is because the pants are the exact same thing as the other pants, we need to do something different with these pants. They need to be different. And I'm thinking maybe we'd change up the belt. Something. I think I wanted to put some like tactical stuff in here that I think would be sick. I think that was something that I'd like to do. Obviously, we do need to we need to figure out the shoulder holster, and if it's going to be on this model, I wouldn't mind it being on this model. Shut up, Angel. Come on, you could be a cog in the machine. I really don't want to be a cog in the machine, man. Here's to hoping I do not become a cog in the machine. I don't have any more references of like a shoulder holster. What was on my list? Max Payne-inspired dress shirt, suit with holster, loose buttons at the top. Oh, Bond-inspired pants with tactical holster and pouches with boots. Oh, that's the one with boots. That would be a bit different. We'd have to be really different with these shoes. We'd have to be really different with these shoes, I think. That's gonna have to be what I think I would like to do. This is like a whole different, like, get up. It's a whole different thing. With the boots and everything, that's a whole different character model, I think. Yeah, I don't know what we could do unique with these pants. I'm honestly thinking maybe we just UV unwrap just the upper body and remove the pants from the unwrap. Only problem with doing that is we'd have to re-UV unwrap this entire thing, and that's not fun to do at all. Because I think that breaks all of our like manually painted details that we did. All of our manually painted details end up getting absolutely obliterated. Anyway, let's just throw it in, see what happens. Let's also slap a triangulate on this. I know we used one somewhere else. I think it was on the pants. We used beauty. Not sure if that makes any fucking difference, but let's just throw it in anyways. Okay, I'll export this. So this is Max Loose Suit texturing. Star Trek vibe for what? The pants? Oh yeah, now actually, now that we ended up skinning it, we could probably delete the back here. And honestly, it might be within my best interest to delete the back because I'm not going to create an opacity mask for this. The opacity mask is going to be for the skin color because we need to customize the skin color of this. So, and I hope that that works. I don't know if I still have that system in here. I think we do based on the fact that the hands are being modified. So I would imagine that's okay. Although it is kind of weird that it's using a raw color and not using the curve, but whatever. I swear the hands get bigger every stream. No, they're the same. They're the same. Don't be fooled. It's the same size. It's the same size. All right, let me open up Substance Painter. We're going to reopen the suit that we made yesterday. And then we're just going to... we're just going to... Shit. I don't know. We're going to do a different texture, I guess. Do more or less the same stuff. More of the same. And of course, with a unique texture. With yet another unique texture. Not a good idea, but fuck it, whatever. It's our main character. We're going to throw a bunch of textures at him. Not the smartest thing in the world, but we'll do it anyways. So I'm going to save as a different file. This will be Max Loose Suit. Let me, hold on. I'm going to do this first. Select, Gonna select the new mesh. And let's see how, oh shit, it still has the fucking cloth thing in here. Yeah, this is gonna suck because we are using a lot of 1024 textures, which I could have separated into 512 textures, but I did not. I did not do that. Whoops. You know, it's funny actually. Did I even, hold on. Did I even give the upper body to the cloth section? Oh, I did. I remembered to do that. Wow. Well, isn't that surprising? All right, so we got our thing. We don't have a tie in here, so we can delete the tie. Belt is still good. I'm already liking this. This is gonna be sick. Get a Minox. We don't have a vest in here, so we can probably delete the vest. Vest is no longer in use here. Suit. Dress shirt. There we go. We can slap that on there. Basically done already? Well, yeah, kind of. I think it'd be in our best interest because this is going to be a unique texture. We should look at what we can change in here to make it like feel cooler, I guess. I think what we'll do first off is like go more gray with this. Gonna go gray style, grayish blue. Maybe even grayish green. Let's do a little bit of green. We got the dress shirt. The skin at the very top. We want this to be a different thing. So skin is going to have no color. Going to have opacity 0. And I think that'll be fine because we're going to mask it out essentially. Cool. Let's look at the pants real quick. We're probably going to want to change the entire belt. I want to do something like this, like a no belt, I guess. It's kind of like a no belt kind of thing. And then we'll probably change the colors of the like buttons. Let's change the pants real quick. I might even change the texture of the pants. I think that would be kind of cool too. More like canvas kind of style. I think that'd be kind of sick. So the pants, kind of green. Looks sick. I like that. Shoes, probably brown. Brown shoes. Now, it would be kind of nice to do a different style for these shoes, like a different style shoes, but honestly, who cares? We're gonna do the buttons in this in the dress shirt. We'll do that next. I do want to figure out how we're gonna do this belt though. How are we gonna do this belt? I think ultimately we're just gonna not have any of these. We just double check we don't have anything for these that are in any other place other than the belt. Looks like we're good though. I think what we could do is I could use this belt but just make it increase on the height. That way it's there, you know what I mean? And then, where's our buttons? Our buttons are somewhere else. Yeah, I think these pants, I'm going to give them a different texture. I'm going to copy the same texture from the suit, which I think I'm going to probably do something different there. That's a sharpen. We don't really need that sharpen. Okay. I like it to pop out a little bit, you know, give it a bit more life and color. Hey Crimson, I was wondering, when making a first-person view model arms only for an FPS game, would you start with weapons and attach the hands to those, or the other way around? Would you start with a weapon and attach the hands to those, or the other way around? I would start with the hands, because your right hand is probably going to be dictating a lot of the movement, and your left hand is probably going to be attached to like an IK on the gun. And then the weapon would probably be attached to... I don't know the full proper workflow, because sometimes you want the right hand to do some of the stuff, but at the same time you also don't, because forcing yourself to attach your hand kind of sucks sometimes. I think I kind of want like a bumpy look on this. It kind of sucks a little bit. So yeah, I would probably just do hands and then attach the weapon. But at the same time, attaching the weapon kind of sucks, because there's certain times where you have an animation where you don't want to attach it, so you're gonna have to do a lot of fuckery. It's kind of inevitable. Kind of just, you know, a little bit of fuckery goes on. Smart mask with a fill. Fill. I'm in the wrong place. Alphas. Wait. Oh. Dude, I fucking hate these. Why did they have to change the perfect library that they had before? It was so much better than this fucking trash. Ugh. What kind of a noise would that be? I don't even know what kind of noise it'd be. Well, let's just try something, I guess. All right. Yeah, I'd probably do hands first, personally. Where do I learn my sick coding skills? How long have I been doing it? Well, I wouldn't say I got sick coding skills, but I don't know. I guess I've been doing it for 10 years, or however long I've been doing development in general. This suit should only be on the suit. Not on anything else. And we have a bit of like a height on it. Which I don't know. I don't know if we want height. I guess a little bit is fine. I don't really know how I learned it. I just tried to make a lot of things and I fucked up a lot. I broke it a lot until kind of figured it out, I guess. I'm missing folds on my pants. There used to be a lot more creases on the pants, and for some reason they're not there. Okay, there you go, I guess. Gonna make this look a little imperfect. Oh wait, are the shoes the socks clipping the fucking thing again? No, I think I just have to rebake. I haven't rebaked. Bake this again. The pants on the left side are not mirrored, and they're going in the wrong direction, fold-wise, which is really, really annoying. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to clear the paint layer, add another paint layer. I'm just going to try to paint there. That way we have some of those nice details. And then in here, I'm going to try to remove some of the incorrect ones that are there. Also, those are technically incorrect as well. Yeah, I don't really know how I learned coding. I just kind of figured it out. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I think it's a constant process of figuring it out. Still trying to figure it out. I've fallen behind, I feel like. While working on this game, I feel like I've heavily fallen behind. Ooh, damn. Oh, I love that. I love the fucking dark, the brown with the black rubber on the bottom. Oh, yeah. That's hot. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, yeah, that's hot. That rubber? Oh, yeah. That's hot. It's got some fucking style, man. It's got some style. And then I love how the the laces also pop out because they're a different color. This is sick. All right, now let's put some details on the dress shirt. That's where the real fun begins. That's where the real fun begins. We also probably want a little height detail on the belt. So we'll call this belt 2. Belt 2. Belt 2. Want like a It doesn't need to be like that crazy of a height difference. Put a little line there. No, probably not. But that looks fine. I do like how these buttons actually have details to them. I should probably do that because right now these are just like flat as fuck and it looks really stupid. So a part of me is like, let's do button details. Clear that mask. I'm going to clear this. And then of course we have button details too, which I think, funny enough, there is a, like, I think there is like a button detail somewhere in here, but we might just have to put it in ourselves. So this is going to have a color as well, actually. And we're going to make the roughness a lot more rough. Let's see if we can put this detail in here. I don't think it'll be noticeable. From working on the smallest details. I'm back. It's me, the detail guy. You can actually see them. You can see it in the roughness map. You can see it. Yes. This is too much, though. This height's too much. All right, now back to what we were actually working on. The dress shirt. Yes. 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 So let's go ahead. Give me the buttons. I'm going to go to dress shirt. We're going to clear this mask. And let's go ahead and we'll keep it as a darker color, just so we can kind of see what it looks like. I think actually, you know what? First, we're going to create the lining. We're going to minus out the height, so we can create that line. This will give us like that great little detail there. Of it actually looking, you know, like a dress shirt. Something's wrong with the spacing. So we have that layer, but we do want another layer somewhere in here. We want a top layer. So this is bottom line layer, and then this will be top line layer. This one's just going to be height. It's going to go up. We're going to clear that mask. The idea would be this one we probably want to blur it. But ideally what we'd want to do is add a paint layer to completely black it out. I don't know why it's so rough looking. Why is my my brush so rough looking? There, it's fine. Then the top line layer, we want to blend this in. So let's just do stroke opacity. We're just going to blend this fucker in. All right, that doesn't look too half bad. I think I can make do with that. Okay. He needs a bigger package, surely. He doesn't need a package. He doesn't need a package. The game isn't focused on the packages. Okay. So we need, what, 2 buttons? One over here. One over here. Oh, I didn't ping Discord? Sorry. Late ping. Sorry, my bad. Bad streamer. Horrendous. Awful. I don't think there'd be a button there. Well, there'd have to be a button. I guess maybe there wouldn't be. Wouldn't there be a button here? No, there wouldn't be, I guess. Wait, the buttons are on the left side. Wait, are the buttons on the left side? Yeah, the buttons are on the left side. Yep, I'm stupid. That's me. It all makes sense. These button spacings are definitely a weird one. Because I feel like this would be a lot more loose above. Whatever. Who's going to notice? Right? Who's going to notice? How many buttons are there on a dress shirt usually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys? One, two, three, four, five. I put 5 because I can. And then we're gonna change the color of them. Be a little too dark. Where's the roughness? Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We are gonna have to put some roughness on this fucking dress shirt though. This is looking we need some roughness variation in this thing. Ideally, maybe the dress shirt itself. I just realized this thing was not ever attached to the right thing. Well, oops. Google says 7 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, for some reason my brain had a fart there, and I was like, did I count that wrong? I had a moment, man. That was crazy. I don't like the look of these folds. I really don't. So let's see if we can maybe find a different cloth fold that doesn't look like ass. That looks fine, I guess. I kind of like the cloth folds that are on the shirt. I guess we already do have the creases on there. Maybe we can increase it a little bit here. Okay. Okay. All right. Now what? He looks good. I think we wanted to put some different details on the suit, right, to give him a more unique look. I think that was a problem that I had, because I felt like the suit was just yet another fucking suit. I feel like he needs a little bit of something, you know what I mean? A little something to make him feel different. I got just the thing. I got just the thing. I got just the thing. Where does that go? Where does that usually go? It's like up here. Where's my damn brush? It's so small, I can't see it. Like up here? Yeah, something like that. And then we have some out height. Change the stroke opacity. And then let's just erase the bottom. Yeah, little details, just to make him look a little different, because it's the same fucking suit over and over and over again. Let's put some different folds in here. So I just want to see. Is the right direction? No, it's this one. That one has the wrong direction. This one would use this one. The direction of the folds is very important. Otherwise, it just looks weird. Humans, I feel like people that even non-artists can differentiate when something is like not correct. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just something we just have an ability to know, hey, those don't look right. Just because it's just human nature, I feel like. We just know. That the physics on that ain't right. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Still though, we're missing like a shoulder holster, but that's fine. We can make do without it. I think I'm noticing something. Do we not have the details of the pants in here? Also, why are the fucking socks? Excuse me. Why are the socks shiny? It's a fucking sock. Socks aren't shiny, right? All the people looking at AI art and going, that looks great. Why do we even have artists anymore? I don't think that's entirely true. I think people are starting to notice that AI art looks like ass, and I think humans are able to differentiate when something is made by a human or not. And maybe not now, but definitely I think in the near future. Um, I think people will be like, that looks off. They'll just know when something looks off. Ultimately, at the end of the day, AI art is just using AI for art. It's going to have to be used as a tool, not as a one-stop shop for everything. It's not gonna work. Not gonna help. This is really weird because the pants are way larger, and then you got my pants over here. His fucking body proportions, dude, are just not right. This shit ain't right, man. Whatever. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I don't even care. I don't even care. All right, let's export it. This is not three-piece suit. This is Max Loose Suit. Max Loose Suit. It's a loose suit. We have the opacity mask for the body, which is good because we're going to need that for the skin color stuff, which hopefully still works. Fingers crossed. Okay, hold on. Let me save this. Then I'm going to have to export all of the things from Blender. See here. Do the upper body, it needs the hands. Go ahead and export this. This is going to be upper 3. I wonder, since I didn't do any edits to the pants, or I don't think I did any edits to the pants, do I need to re-export another version, or do I just duplicate it and then just give it the new material? I actually, something I've been thinking of doing, our character customization, the entire workflow is us just duplicating the skeletal mesh. I wonder if I should make it so we can just use a same mesh, but give it a different material. Yeah, might be something I might want to look into, because this is basically just the same thing. Also, we need to give the cloth in here before I forget. Find that to cloth, and then we can re-export that. Yeah, the pants, I don't know if we need to give it a different thing because I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing as upper 2. I don't think I edited the UVs at all. So I'm thinking we just import the new skeletal mesh, and then the pants, I think we could just duplicate the other ones. I don't really like that workflow of duplicating the skeletal mesh a bunch, but how much does it cost? You know, how many megabytes is it if we just do that and just be lazy? We ain't optimal, but don't worry. It don't matter. It's all about just getting shit done. Get it done quick. I don't know where I am. Go here. Upper 03. Import. Looks good. Very good. We still got the hands. Very good. Okay. Then for the lower body, we'll just go ahead and take lower body 2, duplicate it, and we'll have lower body 3. It's that easy. Then we need to find where all of these textures are. Oh, they're in material library. Well, that's not chaotic at all. I'm sure that's not going to go horribly. We'll put this in. Turn off sRGB on this. And then what we want to do is we want to do a different material. We're going to duplicate this. This is the skin version. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there we go. The skin version is not going to modify the opacity. Instead, we're going to take this. We're going to do a lerp. If it's A, it'll be the RGB, I believe. Never mind, it's B. It's the wrong number. If it's A, it's going to be, I believe it's just skin color. And it should work. I'm saying should because I don't 100% know if it's going to work. So we'll take this, create a material instance. Call it MI character max loose suit. I don't know if that's the actual naming convention. It would appear it is not. Is suit underscore max loose. Is that the correct one? Yes. Yes. And then we have the colors at the end. So we have suit dash max loose suit underscore gray. This is the gray loose suit structure. And then we got max loose, and max loose. And the skin color should be there. Cool. Now, upper 03. He's deving out of his mind. I'm going fucking crazy. Character, head. This is going to be like the next week or two. Is just me doing thanks loose. Oh, got our gray pants. Literally just me making characters. That's gonna be, which like is always good. It's good practice. It's a good amount of practice, I'll say. But man, it is going to be fucking tedious. Because then I have to make screenshots of all of these. Like I have to take actual like preview images because I don't do a render target workflow. I think what a lot of games nowadays do is they don't actually take screenshots and images of all of their items anymore. They just render it in like a random part of the world or scene, and then they apply it to a render target. So then that way it's just like a temporary texture, I suppose. Is that what they do? I guess it would make sense, right? Yeah. Yeah. What's the optimal way? Well, for our character models, it would be a good idea for here. I'd have like a materials section so I can just specify the material type, so I don't have to keep duplicating these meshes, which is awful. But I'm doing it anyways because fuck it. Another thing I need to do is these just have unique colors to them. The other thing I'd want to do is make it so we can do color masks for all of our clothing. So then that way I don't have to keep making just the same texture, but for different color themes and whatnot. But right now I'm just in, okay, let's just make the unique mesh, and then go in, you know? So this one does not have a holster, so we're just gonna remove that for now. We'll create the holster, and then maybe we can add it in as a different thing, and we can probably combine some stuff. Yeah. You can bake them all that way. And also, yeah, well, ideally, I would create like a dynamic system, which is what I think a lot of games are starting to do. But what I do is I have a different level where I like take screenshots, and that's where I take all of my screenshots for these things. I just take an image. Then that's how I do it now. All right, so let's see. Okay, it's not the right skin color, which means this is not capturing the variable. Not a huge deal, but not great either. Let's go ahead and add the lower body option. So this is lower 3. And then another thing I have to do is I'm going to have to assign levels to have which ones unlock, and then this will have to have the text, which I am not looking forward to localizing. Not looking forward to localizing that because that's going to cost a lot. That's going to add a lot of words to our game. That's going to add a lot of words. It might not want. But I like the look of this, man. I like the look of it. I see the vision. The nice loose kind of look. Just need to fix the oh man, his pants are so high up. What have I done? Sorry. I think I moved the pants up a little bit. Yeah, I did. I did move the pants up. And now we're getting a bunch of clipping here. Oh no! That was a mistake. Maybe I might, what I might do is maybe I will scale out the pants a little bit. Scale them out a little bit. Not a huge deal if we do that. That kind of sucks having clipping. Now, albeit, if someone wears something like this, I think that's like they deserve to get clipping because this is like a fashion fucking terrorism. But, you know, using two completely different colors together, I won't judge them. Well, I will, actually. I will kind of judge them. But, yeah. Let's figure out the skin color issue. I think what would be smart is the skin color should read from a custom primitive data. I like that fit person just because it's shit. Dude, come on, man. Come on, jeez. So how is it setting the skin colors? Set skin tone value of the character customizer, and it is just setting it on the head. Yeah. But then how are we setting it on the hands? Oh, I know what it's doing. We specify it on the suit, of course. Fuck. Man. It'd be so much smarter for me to just take a curve value, take what the value is, and then set it to that. Instead of us getting the linear curve value, I then just I feed it directly into it. Or no, I set up a custom primitive data on the player character, and then we do it that way. And that would be so much better. Because then that way I don't have to set all the materials to like follow the values. Instead, the material will just read from that. Okay, hold on. What? Because I did see one point when I was scrolling through there, I did see it had a custom primitive data for some reason. Why does it have one in here? Why does it have one? Oh, use near masking. Okay, so we need to use custom primitive data for this. So let's go ahead and add the value here. I think this is what we're going to do. Yep, I think that's the plan of action. We switch up our entire materials to use the custom primitive data value, which in my opinion will help so much when it comes to like custom stuff having specific colors and whatnot. So let's get started with that. On the head, we're going to use curve atlas row parameter. Skin tone, curve time, scalar, nope, constant, skin color, delete that. This is going to be custom primitive data index 1, curve time, put that in there, and then feed that in the lerp. And this is going to be the workflow. It's going to be so much easier to customize our character whenever we have any like custom skin color related things. So we put that in there. This is already reading the value, so we just have to send the value properly. But go here. In this one, we're just going to do the same thing. Skin color, use primitive data index. I'm going to have to fix the skin in-game as well. That'll have to be something I have to do as well. Yep. This is a good change. I think this is a very good change. This is a fantastic change. Incredible change, actually. So now what we have to do is I have 43 hours in blueprints already. I have Northern Lions stream on my phone. And I'm watching him play blueprints because I'm just so sucked in. The game has so much. It's actually incredible. The game has so much depth to it. It's extremely inspiring. It makes me want to like add a lot more depth to my games and add like some mystery pieces and whatnot. That's something I would like to do. Like, I think for the zombie game, I really want to, like, do a bunch of, like, mystery stuff where it's like, oh, you find a key that goes to, like, somewhere, and then that you find, like, information to get, you know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of cool. Little, like, sub things. It doesn't really add, it's not, like, a part of the game's identity, but having something there like that would be really, really cool, creating mystery and whatnot. I think Blueprints is insanely good at doing that. I love how stuff you walk past hundreds of times all of a sudden becomes relevant. They do such a good job at that. They do such a good job at that. It almost feels like every little thing, every little letter, everything actually contributes to the game. I think that's sick. I think that is awesome. I think that is awesome. Set custom primitive data float. So I guess we're going to want to read from every skeletal mesh. And instead of setting this head materials skin color, instead we're going to set the data index value. And this should save us. This should save us quite a few headaches. We got the head and upper body. I think that's all we need for now, just to test, to make sure that this works. I think, yes. Nice. So it's working. However, we can see a bit of fuckery going on there. The ambient occlusion is not consistent. So what I might end up having to do is I might just for my own sanity, because I'm fucking, I can't be bothered. I'm going to go back to that Photoshop file. And we're going to just zero out the ambient occlusion and just make it white. Honestly, it'll just make my life so much easier. So I don't have to try to fix things in the craziest way. Go ahead and select the area that I need to actually edit. Actually, just in case, I don't want to edit this. Who knows what's over there? And even maybe that edge, because it might leak into there. Albeit, it appears like there's nothing there, but just to be safe. Okay, that will zero that out. It's already done. Character, head, re-import. All right. Much better, albeit we have a slight got a little bit of a seam going on, and it kind of we got a little bit of a seam. So I think what I might do is I might extrude this and like just scale it down. Bit of a psycho fucking thing to do, but if it works, it works. So this is upper 3. Okay, looks good. Let's find upper 3 again. And it looks like Leon the Killer a bit. The glasses were inspired by that specific. I think is that the specific glasses I want? Yeah, that specific pair of glasses is inspired by Leon. Sick. Dude, that looks great. I love that. It's got the perfect style. We got different shoes, different color shoes, different belt. That's awesome. I'm a little worried about the clipping, I will admit. The clipping I'm a bit worried about. And also the fact that I made the pants way larger than they should be. It looks kind of weird. In here, it's not as bad because the belt is a different style belt. This one does cause some problems. Okay, so what I do need to fix though is I need to fix how the skin colors changed in game now. Because we changed up how that works. So where is skin? Okay. Pretty easy. I could probably just copy, paste this into here. Nice thing about this is if anything needs skin color or anything or whatever, it'll be really easy to do. I just have to make sure it's connected. Got it. Okay. Now, when we go in game, we should see our proper skin color. So we'll go there. I can make sure it's working. Looks good to me. Oh. He looks good. The neck still has a little bit of a cut, but there's not much I can really do there. Well, there is a little bit I could do, but I don't know. I'll just leave it. Cool. All right. Sick. Yep. We still have not gotten past any of the like unique pants though. Still have not gotten past any of that. And we're also going to have to figure out how we're going to do different colors. That will have to be something we figure out. Yep. But we did our one for the day. I'm probably going to do another one later tonight, but and that only took us like 2 hours, not even, like an hour and a half. So that's pretty good. Making that like unique piece. And honestly, the only thing we did is just make the dress shirt. So there was one that I thought looked kind of cool. Oh, but it's all like closed up and everything. Right. I think this will probably be my next one just because it's an easy one. Well, not really, because I want to do the shoulder holster and that's not going to be very easy, but yeah. And I'm also starting to think it might actually be a good idea that I go all back in all of the pants options and we add these back pockets because we don't have any back pockets. And if you use this that doesn't have a suit, you're going to see the lack of details on the back of the pants. I feel like we should probably get back to that. Fill those little details in. Might be worthwhile. Cool. Sweet. All right. I'm going to go because I got other work I need to do. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully by then I have a couple more of these done. Because I would like to get to the release ASAP. What day is it today? Wednesday? I need to start working on the trailer as well. I got to start figuring out how that's going to be structured. Well, yeah. Yeah, bit of a shorter stream today. I will see you guys tomorrow. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat too. I don't know what I'm gonna eat. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Goodbye. See you guys later. Have a great day. Progress. We're making progress. Slowly getting through the suit customization. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.